Before I get into today's video, please check out my other two channels, my main channel, Space Shiba Productions, and my second channel, Space Shiba Miscellaneous. Thank you and enjoy the video. Hello everybody, it's Shiba. Today I'm making a small video just talking about NASCAR's next gen issue. It has a big issue, just got signified today. Again, the next gen car has a flipping issue. The first issue we noticed in the next gen car was when it first came around in 2022 was it injured people easily. A lot of people got concussions. It ended Kurt Busch's career, and it's gave lots of people injuries and concussions. Thankfully, NASCAR has fixed that in the last like 2-ish years, so that's really not an issue no more. But the other issue, really starting in 2023, like the second season with it, the other issue with the next gen car shown flips. Now, we had a couple in 2022, but it really got signified in 2023 when Chris Buescher flipped at Charlotte. I'll tell you where things really started taking off with the issue. Because, a super speedway flip is kind of common here and there. Like, it's not the most common thing. Like, it's still a shocker when it happens, but, it's not a complete shocker. Like, it's kind of a shocker, but it's not the most crazy thing to happen. But yeah, just not good, because in the Gen 6 era, which was roughly a 9-year period, I think maybe a 10 year, somewhere around there period, there's only 7 flips total. And in the next gen car, which has only been a 3 3/4 of a season, almost 4 seasons, but just under 4 seasons, we've already had like 9 cars flip, I believe, and like 50% of those not even being at super speedways, which is a big issue. We have one today with Zane Smith. That one I feel like wasn't fully on the next gen car, but it still kind of is. That was at Kansas. Then we had Tyler Reddick at Las Vegas flipping. We had Chris Buescher. That was the first one back at Charlotte. And then we had Corey LaJoie at Michigan. So that's like pretty much half the flips right there on non-super speedways. And then there's Ryan Preece flipped twice. The big thing is also some of the flips were very violent. They seem more violent than normal, especially Ryan Preece's 2023 flip. That flip was very violent, and that's just a big issue for NASCAR that NASCAR needs to try to address. Because I think that they need to just get rid of the next gen car as a whole. It's just been a failure to NASCAR. I know this topic's mostly on flips, but this is just all around about the next gen also. Because early on in its days, it injured multiple people, ending Kurt Busch's career. But it also, after NASCAR fixed that, it's clear that it flips way too easily. But another big thing is that on most tracks, it doesn't put on good races. It's killed Bristol and Martinsville, which were used to be 2 of the best tracks in NASCAR, is now 2 of the worst tracks in NASCAR at the moment because of the next gen car. Thankfully, NASCAR fixed the issue of Bristol by the new tire compound. I know it was kind of a crap show. It wasn't like there was a lot of tire wear, but it put on a good race. So I think that's something they should keep for Bristol and probably bring that to Martinsville, because that tire compound at least gave it some life, but it's still not a good race. It's bad that we're relying on a tire to put on a halfway decent race at these tracks. And then I feel like it's kind of lowered the value, or not value, but like the quality of racing at super speedways. Like, super speedways still are solid races, but they're not as good as they used to be in the Gen 6, Gen 5 era. And then short tracks, like overall short tracks have become just not good races. New Hampshire is not good. Lots of other races, and then some ovals have been great. Now, I feel like tracks like Las Vegas, Texas, those tracks I still feel like put on pretty good shows. But over 50%, I'd say it's more towards 75 to 90% of the tracks on NASCAR schedule. The next gen car has been has downgraded the rating of those tracks. And with that, combined with the early injuries, plus the list of flips it's had, I think NASCAR should be already hopefully working on a new car. Scrap this. It's failed. And I think there's just no hope for it. They fixed the injury issue. Like, we know how to injury in the next gen car in like a year or so, I believe. Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. But we've not as many injuries in it, which is good. But we still had lots of not good stuff come from. There's really been nothing positive. It's made the cars look ugly. Like, it took away the iconic number on the door. It's moved that. NASCAR either needs to bring back the Gen 6 car, or they need to be working on a new car soon that's more similar to the Gen 6 car. I think the big thing is that NASCAR really want to cheapen up things, because one thing that the next gen car does have going for it is it's durable. But besides that, it don't have much going for it, and that's not good. So NASCAR really needs to improve their game. I'd say just get rid of the next gen car. Like I said, I know they're trying to be cheap and because with the minimal blows, with the durability, it does save NASCAR a lot of money and teams a lot of money, because it minors the damage and it gets more salvageable parts. But I feel like, that just also kills part of the entertainment factor. And also, it's still a safety concern to drivers, because that means the car absorbs a lot of the doesn't absorb as much of the impact. It reverberates throughout the whole car, which led to a lot of the early concussions in the next gen era. So, yeah. So I feel like NASCAR needs to bring back I'll say maybe not bring back the Gen 6 again, but something similar. Bring back the number on the side of the door. Bring back, something that isn't as durable to make racing more entertaining. That's another thing, is that it's also killed, it allows teams to be more teams to be more competitive, which is another good thing about the next gen car. Like, a lot more teams have a competitive and can race. Like, we've seen Legacy Motor Club, Spire, a lot of other teams be able to step up their game and be able to be a contender. But there's more to that. I feel like there's a way to do that without the next gen car. And also the dirt, it being less durable though. It helps teams get less DNFs, but it also makes racing less entertaining, I feel like. Yeah, I want you to know, I want your guys' opinions in the comments down below. This is just a quick rant about how bad the next gen car is. It's a absolute disaster, still is. And I'll see you guys in the next one.